Ghana Journalists Association celebrate World Press Freedom Day 2023 with the theme Freedom of Expression, a driver for all other human rights for Ghana's development, with the aim spreading awareness regarding to the role media plays in our daily lives and the society.
The media has been given a responsibility by the 1992 Constitution of the Republic to demand accountability. Article 162 clause 5 is explicit that the mass media shall uphold the responsibility and accountability of the government to the people of Ghana. One shining example in agenda setting and the demand for accountability has been the work of the Media Coalition on Illegal Mining, or Galamsey, which was launched in April 2017. The media played and is still playing its role in raising concern about the dangers of Galamsey, which threaten our existence as a people. The agenda to stop Galamsey should be treated as a major existential threat that should go beyond the coalition that first highlighted the menace. I believe all media houses should continually highlight the challenges until the menace is brought to a minimum. Already, all of us are paying far more for water because of the pollution suffered by our water bodies and the increasing cost to the water company in treating the water for our homes and industries. In terms of our developmental challenges, it is my expectation that the Ghanaian media shall develop a strong interest in economic management of our dear nation and demand answers to nagging issues including corruption and incompetence, which have the potential to roll back our advancement as a country. Still on the management of the economy, we need to reflect also upon the mandate of Parliament in holding the executive to account. My candid opinion is that Parliament, while doing well in some areas of their mandate, has not been able for whatever reasons to effectively play its role as a countervailing force to the executive. A stronger collaboration between Parliament and the media would be a healthy way of keeping the executive on its toes, especially in between elections. Noble colleagues, in examining the constitutional provisions on freedom, one comes across the phrase, subject to the rights of others and the national interest. This is relevant to our national discourse. The heat is already building up towards the 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections. The peace of our dear nation needs to be safeguarded. And one of the surest ways to plunge a country into chaos is inflammatory language. The media should play its gatekeeping role so well that decency shall become paramount in the conduct of people that seek the mandate of the electorate to rule. Increasingly, social media has assumed prominence and high patronage in Ghana, a challenge that goes beyond the GJA and which must be of paramount interest to all of us. And that is, how do we deal with the excesses of social media, especially in approaching the election year? It is true that most ideas generated in the public space are about sport, culture, fashion, gossip, and commerce, etc. But we know for a fact, however, that in an election season, many more will use social media to articulate their views of politics. We do not need new laws to regulate social media, but the GJA, working with all the relevant stakeholders, can monitor the public sphere and promote key ethical considerations for reflection. As we celebrate our day, World Press Freedom Day, may it be said that the Ghanaian media contributed to the consolidation of press freedom and freedom of expression in the nation.
Peaceful elections. In fact, in between
the fourth Republic elections. Me and I make us. And you say you're taking it for granted. I say as journalists, and making sure say inflammatory language. Yes, so. I said, a map it can form. I said, Cassabi or one, and then Japan. And I'll make us a social media as a for for gossip, function, commerce, and the rest. But you do election year and conform they use to asset to propagate their political beliefs or agenda. And another make us I say DJ. It's beyond DJ, and I say DJ. And stakeholders in our trust near who how to go about it. And before we say like laws by one the young Kassaye too said they are so your boss is so young Kassaye for so any for so now Yaka Kassaye like Sabonia. I'm saying so. So maybe I understand try. Someone will be taught delayed broadcast system, especially for a woman more economy, maybe more concerning so they be a bit to see. And also,
it is worth noting that the 2023 World Press Freedom Day in Ghana is being organized solely by the Ghana Journalists Association with assistance from the Ghana Police Service and DB. Following the advice from our long-term partner, UNESCO, to fish on our own, we would like to thank UNESCO for teaching us to fish. Self-dependence is very essential. The global team for World Press Freedom Day 2023 is shaping a future of right, freedom of expression as a driver for all other human rights. Notably, this theme coincides with the 30th anniversary of both World Press Freedom Day and the Vienna Conference Declaration and Program of Action for Human Rights. The theme for Ghana's celebration, which is not too distinct from the global theme, is freedom of expression, a driver for all human rights for Ghana's development. Regarding the development of the nation, Madam Chairperson, the right to free expression is of the utmost importance, and all measures must be taken to ensure that it is not infringed upon in any way. Madam Chairperson, the GJA, along with Media Foundation for West Africa, GIBA, and PREPAC, recently urged the government to amend certain provisions of the Electronic Communications Act and the Criminal Code, specifically Section 208 of the Criminal and Other Offences Act 1960 at 29. As critical stakeholders in the media industry, we cannot remain unconcerned as these laws are used to arrest citizens and journalists and prefer criminal charges over civil remedies for press and speech offences that are merely defamatory. The arbitrary application of these laws only serves to instill fear in the general populace. One of our colleagues, Noah Nati Dame of Radio Ada, was recently detained for 7 days on false publication charges due to these bad laws. And this has affected our 2023 World Press Freedom Index, our ranking on 2023 World Press Freedom Index. Ghana has moved from 60 to 62. Ghana has moved from 60 to 62. Let's take note. 2 backwards. As the umbrella body of journalists in this country, Madam Chairperson, we will continue to ensure that any action or law that seeks to stifle free expression fails. Madam Chairperson, to ensure that free speech is always protected, it is essential that journalists who are the vanguards of free speech receive all the support they require to carry out their duties without hindrance or compromise. This is why, under the current administration, The GJA has established the Journalist Support Fund, GSF. The fund will provide legal services to journalists whose rights have been violated while performing their duties. It will also assist in providing training and seminars on safety and security to our members to improve their safety and security.
Thank you for watching Nation One TV. Kindly subscribe for more news updates.